This is Don Yates with VandyMania.com. We got Morgan Batey and Minta Steers, right?
Yes, sir.
Here. Thanks for joining us. Just got a few questions for you guys. First of all, what's your majors?
I am in grad school, and I'm in the Leadership and Organizational Performance program.
I'm a senior in the Medicine, Health, and Society major. It's kind of like a pre-med, public health type comprehensive thing. It's pretty interesting.
So you're doing graduate,
Yes,
graduate
sir.
stuff. So you're gonna have to write a book or something?
Oh, no, not quite. It feels like it sometimes. But I'll have a thesis that I kind of have to do next year.
How long does that have to be? Like 800 pages or something?
Hopefully not. But, we'll see when I get there next fall.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, I was like a senior, and we had to do this big research project, and I was doing everything I could to get out of doing that thing because I heard so much about it. But basketball-wise, a lot of fans don't realize the things you guys go through being basketball players. Can you just tell us what it's like being a college basketball player at Vanderbilt?
Well, the main thing is just like our schedules are pretty hectic. I mean, we've got practice for a couple hours at least every day, along with schoolwork, taking care of our bodies. It's just a nonstop thing, and so pretty much wake up, go to class, go to practice, eat, do homework, sleep, repeat the next day. But I mean, we kind of get in the hang of it, learn how to manage your time and whatnot.
About how many hours a week do you spend working out, practicing, and for basketball?
I'd say like 20 hours on the court is what's
Probably.
and then like extra time like by yourself probably.
Yeah, you have to show up early for practice and get taped and do treatments and stuff like that. So
You were at Texas Tech, of course, most everybody knows that, but what's the difference between Vanderbilt as far as basketball? How much do you have to work harder here? Is it about the same, or what? Can you tell us?
yeah, I think that most college basketball programs are pretty. They're organized similarly because you have to practice a lot, obviously, and go to class and stuff like that. But Vanderbilt has been awesome. The team dynamic here has been a lot better, and I really like it a lot. Mo's pretty cool, and people like that on the team. They've really They've really welcomed me with open arms. So it's been a cool transition.
Awesome. Now, can you just tell us a little about how you came to come to Vanderbilt from Texas Tech, from the time you first, did you reach out to Vanderbilt, or how did that work before you finally ended up here?
Yeah, it's a really complicated process, and there's lots of rules with the NCAA with transfers. But my AAU coach, kind of reached out to different schools, and Vanderbilt recruited me from high school. And so once I kind of knew they were an option, I spoke to them, and I knew they had a really good graduate school as well. So that was really appealing. So academics and basketball, that's why I chose Vanderbilt.
Now, why didn't you go to Vandy from the get-go?
Good question. But no regrets. I loved going to school at Texas Tech and getting my undergrad degree from there, and meeting awesome people there. So it's worked out nice.
Looks like it's worked out well for you. You're going to get that master's degree. Awesome. Can you talk to us a little bit about you as a player? Most Vanderbilt fans, haven't seen you play yet, but talk about a little bit of what type of player you are, offensively and defensively.
I think probably my biggest strength is that I can shoot, but along with that is that I feel like I have a high basketball IQ, so I feel like I like to try to get people in the right spot and make a good pass and things like that. And defensively, I think right now just learning kind of our defense and learning what we like to do and what our coaches like to do. So we'll see how it all comes together in a few weeks.
Now, basketball-wise, what have been some of your personal goals during the off season as far as improving your game?
Well, every off season, the whole goal is to get better at improve your weaknesses and kind of solidify your strengths. And I think all of us did that this summer. We got in the gym. We were in the gym a lot. We were working together, just kind of trying to build each individual player to be a strong player individually, because in the end that's going to make the team better. And so I think you'll see that this year, that everybody does something different, but we can all do everything. And I think that's what's going to really separate us from a lot of other teams.
Now, how often does the team get together, like just players during the off season, to let's say play pickup games and stuff? How often are you able to do that?
Well, we did a lot in the summer, barring any injuries, hoping that we had enough numbers. We usually played at least twice a week, pickup, sometimes a little bit more, but we also have, it's great here, we have alumni come back and play with us as well, and they kind of show us some ropes, show us up a little bit out there. But that's a great aspect too, is that a lot of players come back and they want to help us and they want to see us do well and get better.
Awesome. Vanderbilt plays 4 of the preseason SEC top picks by the media right here in Memorial Gym. Top 4 is what, South Carolina, LSU, Tennessee, and Texas A&M, I think. You'll be playing them right here. But I also noticed that the bottom 4 teams, you're going to play them on the road. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think personally for me, just kind of adapting to the SEC will be interesting, coming from the Big 12, because I think those are 2 of the top conferences in the nation. So for me personally, it'll just be cool to just kind of see how the SEC goes.
Yeah, I mean, every game is a tough one. Home ones are tough, away games are tough, no matter who we're playing. So for us, our focus is just going to be treat every game, treat every opponent the same. We don't want to focus too much on quote unquote ranked home opponents and lose focus when we go on the road. So we just got to be focused for every game and just really focus on what we're trying to do.
All right. Morgan, you're a senior. Do you feel more pressure being a senior this year than years past?
I actually feel less pressure than before. I don't know, the more years you play, the more you know, the more you get more comfortable in the system. So I think it's less pressure just because I know more than I did, say, last year or the year before. As far as it being like my last year, I just want to go out with no regrets. I know that the other members of my class, they have the same motto. So we want to be able to leave a legacy here at Vanderbilt, hang a banner or 2. So just go out and play hard every day, and really the results will take care of themselves.
Which other player on your team do you think that might contribute more than the average fan thinks, that might surprise those fans and they come out, wow, the wow factor?
I think, I don't know. Last year I know Krista Reed, she's a sophomore now, she didn't get to play as much. She got injured in the second half of the season, so she sat out quite a bit. And so anytime you jump from freshman year to sophomore year, it's like a huge change. You have a lot under your belt. And so I think with her being out like a huge chunk last year and just kind of learning more, I think we've seen big changes from her in practice so far, and I think she's going to have a huge impact on the team.
Anybody else, Minta?
I'm trying to think, which, I don't really have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
But I also want to point out JJ. I know that she's obviously been here the last 3 years, but she's been a great leader for us in practice, by her work ethic and also vocally. And so I think people will be excited to see what she has to bring.
Awesome. What is the biggest area that you think this team needs to improve in order to get back to the NCAA and to the upper echelon of the SEC?
I think taking care of the ball, giving ourselves more possessions. I know it's been driving us crazy. I'm sure it's driving the fans crazy. But last year we had the second highest field goal percentage in the league. We just didn't get enough points up because we're turning the ball over too much. So I think if we can just take care of the ball, we're shooting just as well, if not better, then we'll be able to, score some more points here and there, and that'll easily take care of putting us back at the top.
All right. Well, Morgan and Minta, we appreciate your time with VandyMania and wish you the best of luck during your seasons.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks. We appreciate it.